Trainers! Today we're checking out 10 custom Mega EX Pokemon that would fit perfectly in the next set of Pokemon Pocket. Today's custom cards are brought to you by 7 amazing custom creators over on our Discord. So please let us know in the comments what you guys think of these designs and which ones are your favorites. With that, don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe, and let's hop into our first custom Mega EX Pokemon. Created by Nani, we have Mega Dragonite EX, which is amazing, mainly because of a card that already exists in Pokemon Pocket. We'll get to that in a quick sec. First off, let's check this Pokemon out. 220 HP and a move called Mega Meteor with 4 energy, 1 water, 1 lightning, 2 colorless. It deals a solid 100 base damage. However, the effect is what makes this crazy. It says this attack does 50 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon, making it the strongest AoE in all of Pokemon Pocket that has yet to exist, really. But now the reason this card is actually so strong is because of that brand new Dragonite that we just got that can ramp itself with a water and lightning energy with a colorless energy attack. Which means when we do eventually get a Mega Dragonite EX, it's going to be so incredibly strong and efficient in getting its energy online. All right, now the next 2 are created by Chandi, and the first one is Mega Sableye EX, and I love this card so much. I really hope we get it. It sits at 160 HP as a Mega Pokemon, which is not great at all, let's be honest. However, the move is what makes me so excited to play something like this. Gemstone Fever for 1 colorless energy deals a base of 40 plus damage, and the move says flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 40 more damage for each heads. Move over, Sableye. There is a new sheriff in town, and it carries a giant gemstone. But beyond that, you guys, this is a basic Pokemon, so you can ramp it with things like Ho-Oh, your Mantike, Magbees. They can all ramp your Mega Sableye to get this online. It literally is a Celebi, but slightly better in my opinion. So yeah, definitely a huge fan of this Mega Sableye. Now let's check out the other Mega Pokemon from Chandi, and it's Mega Starmie EX. Look at those legs, 190 HP. It has the move Catastrophic Kick, which deals 100 damage for 1 water energy and 2 colorless, and it says discard as many energy as you want from this Pokemon. This attack also does 40 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon for each energy discarded this way. So if you wanted to, you can hit your opponent's active for 100 and discard all your energy and hit one of their benched Pokemon for 120, which is insane. Imagine getting a lucky Misty off on this Mega Starmie EX and just blowing your opponent's benched Mega Pokemon out of the water, no pun intended, and winning the game that way. That would be glorious. This is a fantastic card, and I love the effect. Now let's check out some 2-star Mega EX Pokemon, and these 2 are created by Captain Ice. The first one is a Mega Crabominable EX, sitting at 200 HP, water Pokemon, requiring only 1 water energy for this move. Glacial Smash, which deals a base of 50 plus damage, and it says if a stadium is in play, this attack does 70 more damage, and then you have to discard that stadium, which honestly kind of plays similarly to the already existing Crabominable EX. I know that doesn't require stadiums, but there is a condition in where you have to attack twice to deal boosted damage. So having a Mega Pokemon that also has a condition to increase damage, however, then you lose that condition that you have to keep playing stadiums. I wouldn't be surprised if you play a deck like this and run maybe 15 stadiums in your deck. Come to think of it, I don't even think we have that many stadiums in the game. Let me know in the comments how many stadiums we have, and then let's multiply it by 2, and that's how many stadiums you could run in this deck. But we can't stop there because, of course, Captain Ice made a Mega Darkrai EX. Just when you thought you were safe, sorry, Sleep Core's back. 180 HP Darkness Pokemon has the move Endless Nightmare. Honestly, it is an endless nightmare of mine. Sleep Core just existing for the rest of the game. Anyway, 2 Darkness Energy deals a base of 50 plus damage, and it says if your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, this attack does 50 more damage. And then if it's not asleep, well, guess what? Put them to sleep. They're asleep now. Oh my god, imagine having this and then the 2 new non-EX Darkrai's on your bench. Talk about toxic. Kind of happy this is a custom card and not a real card. yet. Next custom Mega was created by Daisy, and it's Mega Chimecho EX. Honestly, I don't know too much about this Pokemon because it's a new Mega from Legend ZA, but let's check out this card. 170 HP Psychic Pokemon, and it has an ability, you guys. Harmonic Shield that says prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon from your opponent's attacks and abilities. It's literally a protective poncho on all of your Pokemon, and I'm kind of a huge fan of this. Doesn't protect you from a Sabrina, but it protects you from Cyrus, and that guy's way scarier. It also has the move Repellent Tone for 2 colorless. It deals 80 damage, and it says flip 3 coins. If all of them are heads, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and shuffle it and all cards attached into their deck. Like, that's really funny, but also the likelihood of that happening, it would make for a great video, great content piece, but consistency, at least it does a base damage of 80. And honestly, if you play this card, you're playing it for the ability, not really the attacking move. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but that's how I would play it. A free protective poncho on literally everything. Speaking of Legend ZA, our next Mega is from Shrimp Soda, and it's Mega Lucario Z EX. Say that 10 times fast. It's a metal type, 190 HP. However, this move and its effect is so cool. It would add such an interesting element to control decks, especially for the metal core. Its move is called Mayhem Pummeling. It deals 80 damage and requires 2 metal energy. Now it says choose item, supporter, or Pokemon tool at random, so you don't actually get to choose. And then during your opponent's next turn, they can't play those chosen cards. It's like Mega Genjar Light to an extent. It only requires 2 energy to attack and get this to pop off. So let's say you're afraid of supporter cards the next turn if your opponent has something. Well, if you randomly choose supporter, they can't play any of those supporters or tools or even items. Honestly, this would be such a really cool effect, and I hope if we don't get it as Mega Lucario Z, we get some sort of Pokemon that has this type of effect. Speaking of cool control effects, let's move over to the 2-star rainbow cards, and our first of 2 submitted by eBot is Mega Banette EX. Sitting at 180 HP, it's a psychic Pokemon that has the move Spiteful Curse. Deals 110 damage for a psychic and colorless energy, but it says if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, they choose 2 cards from their hand and then discard them. I love this. It is control at its finest. You punish them by knocking them out, and if they were holding on to cards that they needed, even if you knock out a baby Pokemon, they have to discard 2 cards from their hand. This is something, another card that I really hope comes to Pokemon Pocket, because I, for one, am sick of my opponents just holding on to that game-winning card that they drew turn 1, and yeah, the rest, you know how that story goes. But now let's check out the next one submitted by eBot, and it's Mega Glalie EX. 200 HP water-type Pokemon with the move Cryo Implosion. Deals 110 damage for only 2 water energy. That's pretty solid damage. And it says this Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. Calm down, pause. There is a reason, because of the following piece of this effect. It says during your opponent's next turn, their active Pokemon can't heal. Yeah, everyone who's trying to make a clay doll work, well, now this Mega Pokemon would do its job, but better, because you're hitting them for 110 and there's no lucky ice pops, which is kind of funny because this is an ice type Pokemon and it's saying no to lucky ice pops. Look at that. All right, let's check out our final Mega EX custom Pokemon. And that's going to be Mega Lucario EX that was submitted by Uguro. And now this one I saved for last because there's been a few rumors, so to speak, that suggest Mega Lucario is in fact coming in this next set. It's not confirmed, but the high probability chance is up there. So let's check out what this custom Mega Lucario does. It sits at 190 HP fighting type Pokemon and has the move Aura Uppercut. That is a fantastic name. Deals 90 damage for 2 fighting energy and 1 colorless energy. It says during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's evolution Pokemon. It's very niche, it's very specific, and honestly, I really could see something like this for a Mega Lucario EX. Now, would I want Fighting Ramp? Absolutely. Would you want Fighting Ramp? There's no questions. But is Dina gonna give us fighting ramp in Pokemon Pocket? Come on now. So this is probably the next best thing. This seems really cool, especially with the whole like aura aspect. You just could not touch. You literally just couldn't touch Mega Lucario EX. But there you guys have it, 10 custom Mega EX Pokemon in today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys like this type of video, then please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, and who knows, we'll do some more, maybe even a top 15, maybe 20, maybe 30 custom cards that we want to see in the next set of Pokemon Pocket. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.